this right here, man, that you play when you feeling down on your ism, right? Play this shit right here and resuscitate your pimping and get you right back on your mission, right? For you hoes, this that shit you play when you ain't feeling like super hoe today. Play this shit right here and spark up your hoeing and get you right back going, you dig? Dig this. Pimps for real, don't mistake it for fashion. The turf that birthed my reputation for mashing was the track with active, attractive hoes. Professional goers that attract the dough. Like magnets to metal, never settle. We scorching them fag bitches pedal for them portions. My whores win it all. Not the ones on the sideline wishing but didn't ball in the guidelines. My bitches did it all. Down 7 below in the snow for dope. Over 120 in the sun for fun. They mash for hours, hooker baths, not showers. Bright and early, down and dirty for the cash and power. They gotta get the cash, the towers, and reach it all to a pimp. In my position, I'm all but exempt. These bras not wimps, I'm like them renegade bitches. BFFs with tricks but never getting paid riches. Grenade bitches, they dynamite, blowing up on the pimpin' and missing when the time is right. But when they life gets strife, they see pimpin' shining bright, but they action is life without. Bitch, one strike, you out. Can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga. See, that's the difference, nigga. The pimpin' mashing for these riches, nigga. Nothing like you master magician, niggas. Smoking mirrors with your game, hella extras to reflect the opposite appearance of a lame. Bitches coming from y'all, I can't rock with those. Tender-footed and rooted in them doctor shows. Soft shoe rituals, minute residuals. Papers on life support, your loots and critical. Something I learned about when running my earned route and working with turnouts is murdering burnouts. Cause knocking one of you niggas for a scarred bitch, that's knocking one of you niggas for some garbage. I'm heartless regardless, empty with sympathy, but banked up to the max with pimpathy. No remedy for me, I'm like this. My life is vice grip, synced in permanent ink. You can't rewrite this. My blood type is P positive, beautifully deposited with a lot of it. I'm popping this shit, and when I pop it so hard, I make a trapping ass bad bitch wanna hoe hard. Can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga. Come on, pimpin', man, pop that shit. Show these sucker niggas they can't stop that shit. Let these hookers know if they wanna cop that shit. Treat the bag like it's hot, bitch, and drop that shit. And to you hoes, if you ever took a loss, bitch, show these bitches how to bounce back like a boss, bitch. Let them know that the best way to floss, bitch, is reach that paper to some pimpin' hoe and toss it. Can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga. What's up with it, man? Y'all already know who it is and what it is. Freezes it. And y'all already know what to do, man. Wipe your feet off at the door when you step into a pimp's domain. Let me check something right quick. Hold up. That's a little behind, okay. That's all right. Yeah, man, we're going to chop some good game today, per usual. Y'all know my first order of business, man. I got to hydrate my game. Got to put some of this good old love in my body. Yeah, man. these type of situations, they trip me out, man. And of course, we're gonna talk about what was said by this young lady or this young female. But not only that, we're gonna, talk about some things that a lot of people probably don't cover pertaining to the subject. Cheers to the game. I don't know what's going on. Hold on, let me see. Probably don't cover. Why is the Instagram like that? Hold on, let me see something. I don't know why my Instagram is like that. Cause I'm live on Instagram right now too, but it's not showing my screen. I mean, it's not showing the camera, it's showing the intro, which is strange. Oh no. I guess it just looked like that on my end, but I can see y'all can see me over there. Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, man. As a lot of y'all probably have seen, some of y'all might not have seen. I just seen it earlier today. But this chick by the name of Ashley Gonzalez, who is a Houston Police Department lieutenant, to my understanding. She's a lieutenant with the Houston Police Department, and she's viral right now for going on this rant on Instagram. It's like, how stupid can you be, man? Now I gotta warn you, man, we're gonna play these clips, right? But it might lower your IQ just a little bit listening to how stupid this girl is, man. And when you listen to how dumb she is, it really says a lot to me about the type of people that they allow, not only to be in law enforcement, but have rank in law enforcement. Because supposedly she's a lieutenant, right? It really speaks to that to me. That's what I was thinking the whole time when I was listening to this rant. I'm like, damn, this is somebody who, like, they gave all this type of power to and responsibility to, and everybody is calling it racist. A lot of people use the term racist loosely, and this chick right here does not have the power nor the wherewithal, nor do her people, to be racist in America. Her people have been more so victims of racism than racist in America, but that's a whole different conversation. So, you won't really hear me using that term lightly or loosely when it comes to this. Now, prejudice, she's definitely that. Hateful, she's definitely that. But racist, she don't have the power to be that. But anyway, let's get to it, man. Let's check out what this this goofy individual was talking about. Now, it's a lot of different clips. There's a woman by the name of Dr. Candace Matthews, who I believe is the one who made this go viral. She's the one who put it out. And she, from what it looks like, got a pretty big platform on Instagram. I don't know about, she got a YouTube channel as well. I haven't checked out her YouTube channel yet. But, so yeah, this is Candace Matthews, the chick who put this female on blast. Hold on. So we gonna go through the clips, man. So this is the first clip, I believe.
Well, hey everybody, it's Dr. Matthews here. HPD officer, Miss Ashley Gonzalez. Baby, I seen that video. You tried to take down your social media. You over here dropping the N-bomb. And you think you still finna wear that badge. I'm letting you know now, I'm coming for your badge, bitch. Because you would not use the N-word and talk about black people and think you gonna still be holding the badge in my damn city. I'm gonna tell you right now, get ready because you finna lose that job, bitch. And I meant what I said, because I'm for law enforcement, but I'm not for racists that wears a badge. So get ready, because we finna take that badge from you, bitch. And I said what I said. Pop me, ho.
It's funny, man, because and shout out to Miss Dr. Candace Matthews, but when I'm listening to her, it just remind me of when I was a kid, man. I used to watch WWF, which is WWE now, and I used to see Macho Man Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan and Mr. Perfect and Shawn Michaels and all of them, you know what I mean? And the way they be talking, like, it just remind me of that. There's so many people that got that spirit now, that WWF spirit. We coming for your badge, bitch. Like, she really could have been on some WWF shit or WWE, but let's continue.
Nigger, and I was like, what the fuck are you gonna possibly say? Like, are you gonna call 911 because I called you a fucking nigger? No, right? Oh my god, nigga. I don't know, this shit didn't record, but it was like, I'm kind of glad it didn't record, because it was like me expressing how much I fucking hated black people after this. Like, dog, like, let me.
Nah, you dummy, it did record. You probably didn't think it recorded on your end, but somebody was definitely recording your dumb ass. And man, like I said, listening to her talk, it just might drop your IQ just a little bit, man. So you might have to do some mental recovery some type of way after you listen to this shit, man, because that's what I had to do, and I'm gonna have to do it again because I'm listening to it again right now. But this girl is such an idiot. She's so stupid that it really, like I said, it really makes you think like, damn, these are the type of people that they got protecting and serving the community. Shit crazy.
Get a fucking black person on a 911 call tomorrow, especially, bitch, you're going to fucking jail. I don't give a fuck. You're getting treated like a bunch of fucking shit because fuck, nigger. And I was like, what the fuck are you gonna possibly?
So that's the first little clip. It's several clips on here that we gonna go through. Let's check this next one out.
The amount of times that I will always and forever say that I fucking hate niggers. Oh my god, I fucking hate chimps. Like, I hate y'all. Like, you, like, I don't fucking.
Oh my god, I fucking hate the amount of times that I say I fucking hate nigger. Like, fuck, man, I fucking hate.
Like, bitch, go blow your stupid ass nose before you get to talking all this shit about black folks, man. Like, boy. Like, bitch, I barely can even understand your stupid ass because you sound like you got nasal congestion problems. Bitch, go get some Flonase or something before you get to talking about us beautiful ass black people, you stupid bitch. Let's continue.
We were slaves this entire. I don't give a fuck, nigga. Like, for a fucking reason, you guys were fucking slaves. You guys don't know anything better than to fucking steal. Like, oh my fucking god, nigga. Like, I was literally eating fucking food with my friend. He had his. Oh my god. Like, I don't know. Por Dios, por gracias de fucking Dios. I had my fucking wallet next to me, like my whole purse, and those fucking, like, that little fucking small ass chimp decided not to fucking steal my fucking wallet, nigga. Oh my god, nigga. I would have grabbed my heel and like whooped the fuck out of that nigga's ass. But like, whatever, right? Some other but no or nothing. Y'all don't know how good it felt to say like out loud, like goddamn, nigga, like oh my god, I felt like I was back in the Marine Corps, nigga. Like I kid you not, I don't know what the fuck came over me. I grabbed that nigga by the neck and I was like, come here, you fucking nigger. And oh my god, like I felt like the world just stopped. Like it was just peace. Like I don't know. And then he was just like even I in my head I was like, damn bitch, te pasaste, because I called him a fucking nigger, dog. Like imagine. fucking downtown chimps.
I guess whoever that was screen recording this shit started to send her a message, but then was like, you know what? Never mind.
Over there, they could have beaten my ass. And then he like stops like, you did not just call me a fucking nigger. I was like, you're a nigger. I was like, oh my god, like, you're a fucking nigger and I called you a nigger. Like, world peace, bitch.
Man, this chick is so like, her level of I can't even call it intellect. It's just crazy how stupid this chick is, right? But what's killing me about her little rant, one thing that's killing me about it, right, is how influenced she is by black people while hating black people. Like, you keep, like, on one hand, she's using the N-word with the hard ER, but then on the other end, she's using the word nigga, you know, in the same way that we use the word nigga. So it's like, you know, you're so influenced by us and you don't even realize it. Or maybe I don't know. I don't think she realizes it, but it's just crazy to see how somebody that got so much hatred towards black people is heavily influenced by black people. And this is just based on what we can see from this video. Ain't no telling how many other ways she's influenced by black people, you know, within her day-to-day culture, how she live, how she carry herself, how she talks about other things in other ways, type of music that she listen to. I'm sure she listen to rap music. And even if she listens to rap music from non-black artists, which I'm sure that's not solely the case, but you influenced by us, by our culture, by our music, by all of that. But I guarantee you, she listening, and she from Houston too. I guarantee you, she listening to some Megan Thee Stallion, some Glorilla. She listening to all that shit. But you know, got all this derogatory shit to say about black folks. It's just a trip. It's crazy to see that somebody like this with this type of mind is in law enforcement, and not only in law enforcement but has rank. So let's go, because I know it's some other clips. Oh, that's the same thing. I think this is the same thing. Let me see.
I grabbed that by the neck and I was like, come here, you. And oh my god, like, I felt like the world just stopped. Like,
and then she said she was in the Marine Corps too, and it's like, it's crazy. It's crazy how slow this chick is mentally. Cause that's what I see. I see a slow individual. And you know, the picture of her being sworn in and getting the badge put on her, she getting the badge put on her by a black man. That's the crazy thing is. If you look at the thumbnail, which let me go. Hold on. Too many A's on there. Put HPD. Yeah, right here. You know? Come on, man. Computer moving slow as hell. What is up? Damn. Okay, finally. Let me move myself out the way so y'all can see. My bad, Instagram family, if y'all can't see this image, but let me see if I can fix it. Hold on. The hell? Open image. Okay, now Instagram, y'all should be able to see it too. But you see her, you know, I guess the ceremony where she was sworn in as an officer, and you know, the gentleman putting the badge on her is a black man. So you got, you know, inducted as an officer, whatever you call it, by a black man. But you got all this hatred for black people. I know what it be though, you know what I mean? Chicks like her, it was probably once upon a time where she had a crush on some black dude or something, or, you know, she was really digging this dude and you know, he dissed her some type of way. He made her feel real small, you know. Yeah, he made her feel real small about herself. I already know that's what happened to her. She got her heart broke by a brother, man. You know what I mean? That's what happened to her. She got her heart broke by a brother. So ever since then, she just had this hatred towards all black people. Like everybody broke her heart. Like everybody, you know, made her feel small. You know, and whenever she see a black person, it remind her of the dude that she was in love with that broke her heart. That's most likely what it is. I guarantee you she done had some black dick before. In her mouth, between her legs, behind her ear, on her forehead. She done had some black pipe before, I guarantee you. You know what I mean? Now, let's see. The chick, this is Dr. Matthews. She was interviewed a couple times, and you know, she breaks down some further details about the situation. Let's check her out one time. See what she talking about.
Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Candace Matthews, national renowned human civil rights activist, advocate, and author, I might say. Well, we out here today, well tonight actually, in regards to Officer Ashley Gonzalez. Well, I'm gonna say used to be Officer Ashley Gonzalez. So I just find it interesting that she was just so bold and emboldened to just be talking like that on social media about black people. Okay, and you think you're gonna be a police officer in my city over here displaying that kind of behavior?
Now, you know, and I've said this before, I'll say it again, right? When I see these types of situations where an officer or a CEO of a company or just, you know, somebody with some type of authority or position or what have you, going on these type of rants or saying these types of things, expressing themselves in this way, I don't be surprised, you know, because she's really an illustration of a culture that's bigger than her, right? She's a part of a culture that's bigger than her, right? And for her to be able to abide and exist within that culture of the Houston Police Department, she can't be the only one. And then it's Texas, you know what I mean? Like, you know, them police out there, they so they so cold blooded. But, you know, cause this young lady, she goes on to say how she wants to investigate all the arrests that this woman has made, and you know, all the people who've encountered her while she was on duty, and see if they were profiled and all this type of shit. But see what's not being thought about or talked about is like, what about partners? Because I'm pretty sure when it's been a lot of arrests made by her where she had a partner that was with her, and they was in cahoots about the shit, and they was doing they was profiling black folks together. And it's a I know it's a deep rabbit hole that you can go down and just find a whole bunch of foul shit, and that's just that one city with that one police department. But this is shit that we as when you black, man, when you black, you just know that this shit goes on all across America. When you black, you know that this is how they all feel. It's just that this is one who got caught. That's why they hurried up and reprimanded her and took her badge and gun and all that shit. And now she's sitting at home, probably on paid leave. But, they do all of that as damage control. But really, she's exposing how they all feel. At least the non-black officers, because obviously it's a lot of black police officers in Houston. At least when I was in Houston, I actually seen a lot of black police officers in Houston. So I know they got a lot of black police officers, but and I'm sure, on a daily basis, she rubs elbows with black police officers. But just like in any other situation, when she gets with her people, this not black, they have these types of conversations. So, her talking like that, it really don't surprise me, but let's continue.
Behavior. Baby, let me give the community an update. She is no longer working for HPD. She was gone as of today, okay, because she got that belt to that ass. Because what we're not gonna do is tolerate no police officers that's holding a badge and then you're damn racist. And then when I looked at the video in disgust, because she made it clear about African Americans dropping the M-bombs, calling us monkeys and all this stuff. First of all, ma'am, you is not to catch me out, because let's be clear, your teeth smaller than that big mouth that you was over there talking about.
I can't lie, I didn't even go there yet, but she is kind of like funny looking. She kind of like she remind me of some type of like cartoon character or some type of creature or something. I just can't put my finger on it. It's gonna come to me though, and when it come to me, I'm gonna share it with y'all. But she kind of looked like something. But let's continue.
Don't talk. Let's talk about that. But what you're not gonna do is talk about black people, and then you're gonna say that, well, when I go to work today, that you're gonna arrest somebody black. So I've been in talks with leadership with HPD, and I made it very clear, because let me tell y'all the difference between the news and the difference between activists and advocates. What we do, we put the belt to the ass and apply the pressure. Okay, the news, they just gonna cover the story. No, we're not gonna cover the story and be done with it. We're gonna follow this, because that is very dangerous. That is like a chef that don't wash his hands. Okay, that is how dangerous that is. And so, like I said, I've been in touch.
I like the analogy. That was a good comparison, but it's a little worse than that. Like having an officer like that on the streets, that's worse than a chef that don't wash their hands. Yeah, she gonna be a lot more harmful to a lot more people, and but it is like a chef that doesn't wash their hands. That type of energy that this officer has is infectious. And she's just somebody who's been infected by somebody else, who's been infected by somebody else. See, this is what people don't consider and what people don't understand. That, and again, like I said, this is why this type of language coming from a police officer, it don't shock me at all, because I know the real. And the truth of the matter is, all of the police forces, all of the law enforcement across America was built based on black people suffering. and it was built to make black people suffer. You know, that's why you have all these big, large police departments and all these large institutions, you know, quote unquote correctional facilities and jails and prisons and all that shit. You have all of that shit for black people. You know, if there was never black people in America, I can't say that either, because it probably would end up being somebody else. You know, if white folks would have still came to America with some other kind of people, they probably would have hated them too. They probably just wouldn't have hated them as much as they hate black people, because I don't know if they could hate anybody more than they hate us. But I say all that to say, hypothetically speaking, if black folks would have never came to America, law enforcement wouldn't be as we know it today, where it's just like hundreds and thousands of police officers in every major city. I don't think it would be like that if black folks was never in America. But let's continue.
With leadership with HPD. She's currently under investigation, even though she's fired. But I've made my demands very clear, and I'm going to continue to apply the pressure. You are going to lose your T-code license, ma'am. Okay? You are not going to be able to work at any police agency, because I'm going to follow it. And if I find out that any police agency, because I know damn sure you're not going to precinct 1 through 8. I know that already off top. But any other the 254 counties, and I find out that you going to any one of those policing agencies, I'm going to drop that heat on that agency. And I'm going to send the DOJ and everybody up in there, and I'm going to flush your behind out like a damn rope.
Man, I'm having flashbacks, man, because I already know, like, this a black mama that don't play. Man, for all the black kids who was little kids in the 80s and on back, man, I'll even say the 90s on back, man. If you was a black kid with a black mama from the 90s on back, you just know this energy that she coming with. Especially like if you get in trouble at school or something, and you come home early and your mama called the house from work, and she like, boy, you getting in trouble at school? Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm gonna go talk to the teacher, and if she say anything, you done did anything wrong, boy, I'm gonna beat your motherfucking like. Just the way she talking, man, it just reminded me of my mom's when I was a kid, man. I feel like, and then she got a belt in her hand too. Like, she don't know the PTSD that she's stirring up right now, man. Like, I know you going after this Latina officer and shit like that, but you got a belt in your hand and you talking aggressive. Like, to all the kids that had black mamas back in the day, you stirring up the PTSD, man. This shit ain't cool. I'm gonna get through it. We gonna get through it, man. Cause I know some of y'all having flashbacks too. Like, as she talking, you probably over there flinching, like, you know what I mean? I almost flinched a couple times, you know, especially when she flexed that belt and got to talking the way she is, man. Like, it just reminded me of my mama back in the days, man. We gonna get through it, though, man. I know it might make you flinch a couple times, man, but we gonna get through it, man. But let's continue.
Baby, when I get through with you.
See, you can't be talking like that. Like, when I get through with you. Like, that just reminded me of my mama, man. Like. And she got the nails too, like a black mama. She ain't cool, man. I mean, she cool, but she ain't cool, man. She ain't playing.
You are gonna be like wet dope. You won't be able to go nowhere. And I mean it. Because when I say I'm gonna put that belt on your ass, I mean just that.
Hold on, you a doctor. What you know about wet dope? Like, man, she from Houston. She gotta be from like the 5th Ward, or she from the hood somewhere. You know what I mean? She talking about you gonna be like wet dope. You can't go nowhere. Like, Dr. Matthews, what you know about wet dope? Like, where you even get that? Where you hear that from? Please tell me you heard that like in a movie or something, or you heard that on a rap song or something. Please tell me you don't know about wet dope from personal experience. Like, don't tell me that you was a trapper before you was a doctor. Like, come on, man. When I get through with you, you gonna be like wet dope. Like, man, then look how she holding the belt. Like, man, Dr. Matthews tripping.
Because this is what we're not going to do in our city. So do we have any questions?
Candace, can
Do we have any questions? Like if you are son or daughter, you better not say no. You better not ask no questions. She just saying that to test you, to give her another reason to whoop your ass. Now, do we have any questions? Yeah, mama. Motherfucker, you don't ask me no damn questions.
explain for those that haven't seen the video yet, which we will be releasing, well, more or less break it down. What's the context of what was said?
The context on what was said by this racist. And you know what I find out that's really interesting about this is that she's Hispanic, y'all. You just like black people. Baby, I used to come pick your ass up. So why is you over here trying to pick and choose race and all that? So anyway, basically what she...
Again, it's not racist. She doesn't have the power nor the wherewithal to be racist. She has a hate towards black people, and like I said, most likely because her little funny looking ass was digging some old fly ass nigga. The nigga was too fly for her. He wasn't digging her. He broke her little heart, and ever since then, she just had a bad taste in her mouth with all black people. But she doesn't have the power or the wherewithal to be racist.
She turned around and she made it very clear how she don't like black people, where she's saying the N-word several times and saying it with confidence. And then she made it clear, like when she goes to work, she's going to be arresting black people. So now what we need to look at is who is in Harris County Jail right now that is innocent because of her racist ideologies. And she thinks that she about to go to another agency. No, you're not. Because I'm going to put this belt on your ass. I don't care where you go. Because I'm going to follow this stuff and we're going to follow it to the letter. And that's just how that's going to go. Because let me tell y'all, I don't have time for this. Our city don't have time for this. I'm not sending my kids out to go hang out just like y'all, you know? And then they turn around here and then you wondering, dang, you took my child to jail because they riding around wild black? I don't think so. That's what we're not gonna do. Any other questions?
What is your plan of action? What's next? What are you doing? Yeah, what are you doing next?
Okay, what are we doing at this time right now? Like I said, I've been in talks with leadership with HPD. An investigation is underway at this point right now. But what me and my team are going to do, we are going to file a complaint with TCO because I'm going for her license. And that's just the bottom line. Baby, you're not going to be able to work at no security place. Baby, you might as well go on and go to Sonic and make an extra long hot dog with the extra onions. Because that's all that you about to get ready to do. So, and I'm going to say just like this. See, I got smoke.
Oh, no, she on her Suge Knight? Man, Auntie Dr. Matthews, she on some gangster shit. First she got the belt, now she breaking out the Suge Knight cigar. Auntie Dr. Matthews tripping.
Racist cops, and I don't give a damn where you come from. And I'm gonna let you know right now, I want all the smoke, even if you watching it. Watch it if you want to, because I'm gonna smoke your behind out here.
Man, who the hell is this old Tony Montana, Suge Knight, Dr. Auntie? Boy, she is tripping. Come on now, Auntie, get the smoke together. Come on, you said you want the smoke. Okay, there we go.
Like I said, I want all that smoke. All of it.
Candace, one more question before we wrap it up. What do you have to say to anybody that might have been arrested by this woman? Because at this point, it makes you wonder about any prior arrests conducted by this officer.
You need to reach out to me and my team because we are not going to stop. We are going to follow this to the letter. And then I'm also going to contact FBI as well too, because also it could be some civil rights violations as well. Okay? And civil rights attorneys, get with me because we finna ride down on this heifer. And I mean it.
Hey, she a real hood ass Texas ass auntie. We finna ride down on this heifer. She sound like she ain't never even been across the street from Texas before.
Any other questions? Get ready, heifer. I got smoke for you. Let me tell y'all racist laws that still got badges. I'ma flush every last one of you jokers out any police agency in my state, in my...
Damn, Auntie got like 20 microphones on. She want to make sure everybody hear what she's saying, boy. Look at all them damn... Why she got so many mics on? God damn. Perfect audio having ass.
And then Miss Ashley Gonzalez, I'm gonna let you know right now, baby. I got smoke for you, because you finna lose your license and you finna not be at no police agency, because I'm finna put that belt on your ass and the rest of them jokers that's in that police agency that's some damn racist. Because I read it. You understand? I read it.
Man, Auntie, she a veteran with that belt. I already know she done kicked a whole lot of ass in her lifetime with that belt. For real. She done made a lot of legs and asses and backs, arms and shit. She done put whelps on a whole lot of kids. Shit. Now on this one, she doing an interview with the news people, and she kind of going to a little bit different details on this one. She a little more mild mannered on this one too. She's still turned up, but she ain't as turned up as the last one.
And talk to me about this video, right? How did you come upon it?
Well, the video was sent to our team, and it was by a actual source that is directly close to Ms. Ashley. And so when we looked at this video, at first I didn't know what I was looking at. And so then when I looked at it in disgust, because I was like, wait a minute, who is this? And like, why is this person talking about black people like this, like, and freely, you know? And like, it's just unacceptable. And then with further research that came into the play was that this person is an HPD officer. And I'm like, wait, what? And so by this time I contacted leadership with HPD. Hey, have you seen this video? Do. And they turned around and they were like, she's been, no longer.
Yeah, relieved of duty.
Yeah, she's relieved of duty was what they told me. I was like, oh, okay. I said, but that's not enough. And I said, because we need an investigation in regards to.
And see, she was saying that she was fired. I'm going to have to look further into that. But to my understanding, I don't know if she was actually fired. I know she was reprimanded at least. They took her gun and her badge. But I don't know if she's actually been fired. She probably, if she ain't been fired, she probably end up being fired, especially because of all the publicity this shit is getting now. But at this current moment, I don't know if she has actually been fired yet.
How many people that were African American who she claims if she goes to work and they're African American, she's bringing them to jail? We need to know how many people in Harris County that had encounters with her. We need to know that. And then another thing they did share with me was that she is under IED. I was pleased with that, but I'm not pleased in regards to she could possibly go to another police and agency. So that's why we're following this. And this is why I'm going for her T-code certification, because we cannot have someone that's representing public trust with those type of ideologies.
Now, I get that, and she does, that does need to happen. She does need to lose her license to be an officer so that she can't be hired anywhere else. But any other agency that will be considering hiring her at this point would have to be just like even dumber. As dumb as she is, they'd have to be even dumber than her, because with this type of publicity with her doing this type of thing, another agency would have to be crazy to hire her. That would just be stupid. But just to leave, as little room for error as possible, they do need to take that license from her ass for real.
Acceptable.
What did you say was the IED investigation?
Yes.
Was some sort of,
HPD has internal affairs. Yes.
Oh, an internal affairs investigation.
Absolutely.
Is also part of it.
Absolutely.
Talk to me about what are you now asking of the public? Are you looking for people who may have had encounters with her?
Absolutely, because we put out a flyer on social media. And we want the community, whoever that has any interaction, whoever has been arrested by Officer Gonzalez, we need to hear from them, because we're going to help them get legal resources. We are going to help them shine a light, and we're going to help them to get justice and also have fair due process. And I just hope throughout this investigation that some of these people who may have been affected pled guilty. We hope they didn't. You know what I mean? So I've talked to several attorneys, so I got a team that's ready.
What does this mean for any of the people that may have been in contact with her, may have had a case with her, may have been arrested by her?
Right.
What does that mean for them in their cases?
Well, that's what we're on, and that's why I want, the legal representation. That's why I want to have the legal resources to be able to help them.
I don't know, man. As I think back, man, I think this bitch, she might have arrested me in Houston before. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta go I gotta go look up, my rap sheet, man. I think this bitch might have booked me, man, because I was black in Houston, man. I might got a lawsuit or something, man. Shit, man. We gonna have to dig into that shit, man. But now on some real shit though, that's what I do see in the near future, man. I see the Houston Police Department cutting a lot of people, a lot of checks who done been arrested by this bitch, man, for real. Like, they gonna be cutting a lot of checks. I can see it. And they gonna be, probably exonerating a lot of people's cases. And, if anybody got convicted by her, they gonna dig all into that shit. I already know, but that HPD, boy, they gonna be cutting some checks. A lot of them. I already know.
Navigate through that process, because as advocates and activists, that's our job. That's what we do. And so I want to make sure that civil rights are not violated and that they actually did have due process. And then if not, then the legal ramifications need to roll. Period.
Does this raise questions about?
Oh, absolutely, because I'm like, she was very comfortable. I mean, she was very offensive. I mean, my thing is, for you to, that's not something that you just woke up with. You've been thinking like this. And then for you to be in public service with that type of behavior, we're not going to have that. Absolutely not. She has to go. And I'm going to ensure that those licenses are gone.
From the recording, it looked like it was posted on Instagram, correct? And it was posted on Instagram Close Friends. So
yes.
So it seemed as if it was posted to a group of followers that she has in a group of friends.
Absolutely, yes. And so the thing was, she hurried up and took down the page. Well, screenshots last forever. And so we have the exact screenshots to show that it is connected to you. So at this point of juncture right now, is that the jig is up. The cat is out the bag, ma'am. You're not going to be in law enforcement anymore by the time I get...
Yeah, that's what baffles me. Because there's so many points of reference available to learn from. There's so many situations where people have lost their jobs, lost their careers for doing dumb shit like this, yet and still you have people doing dumb shit like this. People just don't learn at all. Just like I was talking about the other day with the Ashley Janae situation, man. It's a lot to learn from that experience, but it's going to be a lot of bitches, unfortunately, that make the same mistake. And even after this situation right here, it's going to be a lot of police officers that make the same stupid-ass mistake that this bitch made right here. But it's just crazy to think that, like, that you can be so comfortable on social media like that. That's why I say this shit is really like crack to people. It's just as potent. It's just as strong. It's just as effective to people. The way that it makes people behave, the shit that it'll make people do. Like this dumbass bitch, you're a police officer, and you got your dumbass on social media saying all of this stupid ass shit. like dumb as hell. It just, that's the part that really like baffles me. Like how could you be so comfortable? And then this quote unquote friends group that you shared this shit with, what made you think that you could trust them to that extent with that? And why would you even want to share that with them? You know, like you somebody that got a lot to lose. You a police officer, a lieutenant at that, with the Houston Police Department. You got a lot to lose. Like, why would you put that on the line for that? But this also just goes to show you, a bitch is a bitch. You know what I mean? It don't matter if she a police officer, judge, vice president, whatever, man. Hey, a bitch is a bitch. And a bitch gonna do what a bitch do. And that's all she did. She just did what a bitch do, man. But it's still baffling to me that she could be that comfortable on the internet thinking that she could trust whoever this friend group was. Sorely mistaken, bitch.
I'm with you, and I mean it. And that's why I'm very adamant about people, African American people that encountered with her. You know, because we need to know, did you just go to jail because you were driving while black? We need to know, was your skin your sin? We need to know what's going on with this because, again, she's dishonest, and we can't have that. And all of her cases need to be investigated.
So right now, in light of this video, you're asking for the community to come forward.
Yes.
And then from there, you're wanting to see what comes next, right? With getting a legal team together to see what can be done?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And that's what we want to do.
So right now, it's just the call is for anybody who has had an encounter to come forward, and then we'll go from there.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Anything else that you'd like to add? I know I did see the Officers Union posted a statement as well saying that it was disturbing.
Right.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, you know what? I'm actually refreshed that the Officers Union even made a statement like that because normally, you know, unions like to protect their own. But clearly it shows that they want to hold her accountable as well. So if you have your own union wanting to hold you accountable, that means the jig is up, ma'am.
Yeah, you know, a union can't, you know, sit back and be silent about a situation like that or even back somebody like that because, you know, this whole thing, it holds everybody's feet to the fire. So nobody could just, you know, like the Houston Police Department, the union, they can't take this situation lightly. They got to hurry up and get in front of it because the bitch put them in a position where they ain't got no choice but to go against her. You know, because her dumb ass put that shit on social media and now she's viral. Everybody on the internet is talking about this shit. So yeah, ain't no way in the world the union was gonna stand behind this dumb ass bitch.
That means that they have some type of humanity that this is not okay because let's be clear, you know, she's making it bad for all the good officers. And that's not what we want. And I see that's exactly how the police union is looking at this as well. So,
nah, the police union don't give a damn. They just don't want to look bad by, you know, not doing something about it. You know, but the police union, they don't give a damn about the community, just like the police department don't give a damn about the community. They just got caught with their pants down with this stupid ass bitch. That's all that is. But, yeah.
Very pleased with how they're taking this as well at this time.
Yeah, because what does this mean for the community? I know there is community policing and there are officers with HPD that try to do events and get the community to trust. What does
but
this
you
do
know
for
what though?
trust?
What it does, and that's why we need to get in front of it because what it does, it causes a discord between the community and law enforcement. And that's not what we want. In fact, it also causes a discord between Hispanics and African Americans. And that's not what
it doesn't cause that. It just intensifies that because there's already been a discord, at least with black folks and the police, law enforcement. You know, there's already been a long-standing discord between us. It's just this shit intensifies that, and it just reaffirms to us what we already know, that, you know, police ain't, you know, they not there to quote unquote protect and serve us. Yeah, that's all that does. And see, this is what I want people to keep in mind too. When police profile black folks, brutalize black folks, wrongfully arrest black folks and get black folks to be convicted for shit that they didn't do, like, it's not just people in the hood on the corner posted, you know, gangbangers and all that, you know, people in the streets. It's not just people like that. You know, there's black folks. Shit, it's judges. I remember it was a judge in Georgia somewhere. This man was in a Rolls Royce. This is a judge. I think it was like last year or something like that. It wasn't that long ago, but this is a judge in a Rolls Royce. He pulled up to the gas station, and I guess because he was a black man with a Rolls Royce, or it might not have been in Georgia. It was either Georgia or it might have been Maryland. I can't remember. But anyway, black judge, he pulled up to the gas station. Some of y'all probably seen that shit. It kind of went a little bit viral. But this officer pulled up on him and was like fucking with him and wouldn't let him leave the gas station. And I guess the only like reason that he could have been fucking with him is because he see a black man in a Rolls Royce. Like, and dude is telling him like he's a judge and all this shit, and the officer still wouldn't let him leave, and it was just a weird situation. But I say all that to say, like, it ain't just like, you know, black folks in poverty or black folks doing crime or black folks who look like they doing crime. Man, you could be a CEO of a corporation, you could be a teacher, you could be a scientist. It don't matter, man. If you black, you are subject to being fucked with by the police. You know? So that discord that she's talking about, that this caused, no, it didn't cause a discord. It only intensified the shit, amplified the shit.
We want unity. We want accountability. We want transparency. Because
Nah, we don't want unity. Well, between the black and the brown people, yeah, but we don't want no damn unity with the police. We just want the police to leave us the fuck alone, stop fucking with us, and you know, just, if we ain't doing nothing, leave us alone. That's what we want. I mean, that's what I want, shit.
accountability breeds responsibility. So it's our responsibility as community leaders, as activists and advocates to get in front of this so it does not spiral out of control.
Yeah. What does this do for the trust of the community?
I mean, it puts a damper in it, you know what I mean? But by the police union making that statement, it kind of, you know, it's helping out a little bit, you know, but we're definitely going to be working throughout this process so we know that we're going to send a message that this will not be tolerated.
And have people reached out to you already?
Oh, yeah, my phone been blowing up since yesterday. Since yesterday.
So this is people that have encounters with her or know her? Or just
people that know her. I even had people that went to school with her and said that she was a nasty person in school. She went to Elsick High School, allegedly.
And see, I could see that. You know what I mean? They talk about, you know, she was a nasty person in high school. And I already know it was probably a situation in high school where she was digging on, like, you know, the star basketball player or something, or the star football player, or just a fly nigga that went to her school or something, you know, and you know, she didn't have no action. So ever since then, she just been hating black folks. I already know that got something to do with it, man. I wish I could dig off into her history and find that part.
What they said, and then they supposed to be sending me a yearbook picture. Then we got pictures of her in the military, in the Marines. We have people that was in the Marines with her that was disgusted, that sent this to us. And this is somebody who's supposed to serve our country, that's supposed to serve enemies foreign and domestic, but you run around here being a domestic terrorist doing this kind of stuff, talking about black people and putting them in jail because they black. I don't think so. And calling us monkeys and stuff. Baby, please.
So you had people, a lot of people are reaching out.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
So now you're going through kind of those.
Oh, yeah.
Narrowing it down.
Yeah, this is far from over. We just getting started. Let the games begin.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So, you know, this little funny looking chick, man, like I said, this shit don't surprise me, man. And, you know, she said all of that about black folks, but I just know that spirit. You know, like, let's go back and check out the clips again. Was it on this tab? Nope, not that one. Maybe this tab.
The amount of times that I will always and forever say that I fucking hate niggers. Oh my god, I fucking hate chimps. Like,
Oh my god, I fucking hate chimps.
Bitch, go blow your stupid ass nose, you dumbass bitch.
I hate y'all, like, you, like, I don't fucking, oh, we were slaves this entire, I don't give a fuck, nigga, like, for a fucking reason you guys were fucking slaves. You guys don't know anything better than to fucking steal. Like, oh my fucking god, nigga, like, I was literally eating fucking food with my friend. He had his, oh my god, like, I don't know, por Dios, por gracias de fucking Dios, I had my fucking wallet next to me, like, my whole purse, and those fucking, like, that little fucking small ass chimp decided not to fucking steal my fucking wallet, nigga. Oh my god, nigga, I would have grabbed my heel and like whooped the fuck out of that nigga's ass. But like, whatever, right? Some other but no homo or nothing. Y'all don't know how good it felt to say
no homo? I just caught that part. Like, you on one hand, you throwing the N-word around with the hard ER. Then on the other hand, you saying nigga, 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 no homo, all this shit. But I already know, man, like, she got this hatred towards black folks, and black folks probably don't like her dumb ass neither, even before all of this. But I just know this spirit. I know these types of bitches. Like, her people don't even like her. She probably got family members that can't stand her motherfucking ass. You know, co-workers, you know, fellow police officers that don't like her motherfucking ass, even non-black ones. You know, she just like, I already know she just an unpleasant motherfucker to be around. Then on top of that, you funny looking, you sound like you congested in your nose, you need to blow your nose, like your voice is annoying, your face is annoying. I'm already knowing, like, don't nobody like this bitch. She probably really don't even like her damn self.
like out loud, like goddamn, nigga, like oh my god, I felt like I was back in the Marine Corps, nigga. Like I kid you not, I don't know what the fuck came over me. I grabbed that nigga by the neck and I was like, come here, you fucking nigger. And oh my god, like I felt like the world just stopped, like it was just peace, like I don't know. And then he was just like even I in my head I was like, damn bitch, te pasaste, because I called him a fucking nigger, dog. Like imagine.
So her talking about the situation where she was out and she called this person the N-word with the hard ER. The way she's talking about it, it sounds like in that moment it slipped out. Like when she called that person the N-word with the hard ER, it slipped out. And she was like, oh my God, I just called him the N-word with the hard ER. But she didn't feel bad about it though, even though she probably didn't intend to say it to him directly in that moment. She was like, oh, well, fuck it. That's how I really feel anyway. So I didn't mean to say it, but I ain't lying. Shit crazy.
How many fucking downtown chimps were there? They could have beaten my ass. And then he like stops like, you did not just call me a fucking nigger. I was like, you're a nigger. I was like, oh my god, like you're a fucking nigger and I called you a nigger. Like world peace, bitch. The amount of times that I will always and forever say that I fucking hate niggers. Oh my god, I fucking hate chimps. Like I hate y'all. Like
shit crazy, man. It still fucks me up knowing that this is a police officer. And not that a police officer has this to say and feels this way, but that a police officer can be this damn stupid to record themselves and put this shit on social media. Like, bitch, you are stupid. I don't even know how you became an officer. Let me see how long has she been let's see how long she been a police officer. Spelled also wrong. Excuse my pimping. ask Gemini since Google don't want to cooperate. How long has Ashley Gonzalez been a police officer?
Ashley Gonzalez was a police officer for roughly 1 year and 3 months before being relieved of duty in April 2026.
Damn, so she became a lieutenant within a year and 3 months, 15 months? She served in the Marine Corps from March 2009 to March 2023. She was sworn in. She was. No, so she must have been. It said a year and 3 months, but it says she was sworn in January of 2024. That's like over 2 years ago. According to records to Houston, she was sworn in January 2024. South Gessner Patrol Division. Training. She completed over 1,600 hours of coursework through the Houston Police Academy and other law enforcement organizations before she being sworn in. So I guess like she was an officer for about 2 years before all this shit happened. Now, if she out on the streets every day, she could have did a lot of damage within 2 years, man. That's a lot of time to do a lot of shit. You know, make a lot of false arrests and give people a lot of false tickets and, you know, pull motherfuckers over for no reason or just, you know, harass people for no reason. Yeah, she had a long time to do a lot of bullshit. But she just wasn't smart. You know, because like I said, I just know the truth. That's why I ain't outraged by this. I ain't surprised by this. I know, you know, the majority of them feel that way. And they ain't nothing but a gang anyway. You know, they just gangbangers with a badge. That's all they is, gangbangers with a badge. So, you know, this is just a part of their culture. This is how they think, what they move based on, all that shit. You know, and it ain't just Houston. It's police officers all over the country, man. You know, and it's so cold that like them having body cameras and all that shit don't even matter. They still do foul shit. I remember, man, some of the worst shit that I've heard about. And this was an LAPD officer. But it was an LAPD officer a few years ago. This dumbass, he goes to a home that the police was called to. Somebody dialed 911, I guess. He go to this home. He finds a woman inside the home deceased. And then this crazy motherfucker turns his body camera off and then proceeds to get, you know, he got physical with the woman's corpse, if you know what I mean, which is crazy. But what his dumb ass didn't realize is that when you turn your body camera off, at least with the LAPD at that time, there's a 2-minute delay. So say you push the off button to turn your camera off, the camera ain't gonna turn off for 2 minutes after that. So he had to be moving quick. Like, this is some shit that he done before or something like that. Because you turn your camera off and, like, within 2 minutes, you already doing some foul shit to this woman's body. Shit crazy. You know? So, body cameras don't even stop them from being foul. Like, they some of the worst people on the planet, man. And, you know, of course, I don't know all police officers, so I can't just sit here and say all of them is bad. You know, me personally, at least in the United States, I've never had any, you know, pleasant encounters with the police. I'm talking about all the way back to my early childhood, man. I've been having fucked up experiences with the police. But, you know, like I said, I can't sit here and say all of them is bad because I don't know all of them. But I know some people who say they've had, you know, good experiences with the police or the police helped them out. Shit like that. But them motherfuckers done did so much foul shit to me, man. It's like, yeah, I just can't, like I said, this shit don't surprise me, her talking like that. And not just me, but like my family, people that I know, people that I grew up with, went to school with, you know what I mean? One cat that I went to school with got killed by the police. You know, I know so many people that got family members that was gunned down by the police. Like, this shit crazy, man. That's why I say, like, this shit don't surprise me. But one thing I'm glad about is that, you know, she's still, like, early in her career. She didn't get an opportunity to have a long career as a police officer because I just think she would have got worse. If she would have been able to continue to be a police officer, if she would have ended up being a vet for like 10, 15, 20 years, some shit like that, can you imagine all the damage she would have did to black folks? And it's just one officer, though. It's a whole bunch of Ashley Gonzalez in every police department across America. The majority of them is like her, you know? So, but just her alone, just imagine the damage that she would have done if she would have been able to continue, you know? I think she would have did nothing but get worse and did black people worse. Shit would have been fucked up. So fortunately she was, you know, they pumped the brakes on her career. And she's out of, as simple as people say, out of there. Bitch, you out of there. Don Supreme says Freeze in America has the biggest prison population of blacks, but in the Central African Republic often has the world's lowest prison rate of blacks. Does anybody see what's going on? Yeah, of course. We know that. Like, we the minority in America, but we make up the majority of the prison system, you know, which is crazy. And, you know, it's just real. Like, this is my theory, right? I believe that white people commit just as much crime, if not more crime, and worse crimes than black people. Just as much. At least, right? But the statistics don't reflect that. Because a lot of times they don't get charged for the shit that they do because they're white. And then even if they do get charged for the shit they do, a lot of times they get acquitted and found innocent and all that type of shit. But black folks, on the other hand, a lot of times we get wrongfully accused and get convicted. So here it is, you have a situation where you have these people over here, a lot of times they be guilty, but they get acquitted. And then these people over here, a lot of times be innocent, but get found guilty. Now on both sides, you know, with black folks, white folks, and everybody else, you have people that are guilty that get found guilty. That's real. You know, you got people that's guilty of a crime and they get found guilty of a crime. But on the same token, like I said, on this side, you have a lot of people that are guilty as a motherfucker. They get found innocent and acquitted, charges dropped, case thrown out, all that type of shit, even with evidence and all that shit, you know what I mean? Then on this side, you have people that the evidence will tell that, you know, they was innocent and they'll still get convicted. You know, why you think you see all these cases of or these situations of black men that's been locked up for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, and then all of a sudden they get found innocent. They find out that, you know, evidence was tampered with, or witnesses were coerced to give false testimonies, and just all this shit. And then now, you know, after a motherfucker done served 50 years, they cut him a check for a few $1,000,000. Like, that's gonna make up for the 50 years that they did. You know, they mama done passed away, they father done passed away. You know, they kids is grandparents now, all type of shit. They kids was babies when they left the streets, and now they kids is grandparents. You know what I mean? Like, shit like that. Like, I don't really see that. Not saying that it doesn't ever happen, but I don't really see that happening with white folks. I don't see a lot of situations where white folks is getting exonerated. You know what I mean? Not at the same rate as black folks, because they all of a sudden they being proven innocent when they was innocent the whole motherfucking time. And then the disrespect be like for them to cut them a check for like a few $1,000,000. Like, that's so motherfucking disrespectful. You done took this man's the bulk of his life away for some shit that he didn't do. And then you'll come back and be like, oh, my bad, here go a few $1,000,000. Like, you took this man's time away. He ain't gonna never be able to get that back. And then just imagine the shit that niggas go through in prison. Just imagine you somewhere minding your business one day. You a square, you work a job or you go to school. You know, all you do is work and go home, and that's it. You don't be in the streets. You ain't hurting nobody. You ain't doing nobody wrong. Then all of a sudden, you in the wrong place at the wrong time. You get arrested. Now you go to prison. You doing all these decades in jail. You done had to stab people. People done stabbed you. People done damn near killed your ass. All type of shit. And then you go through all of that. Because, see, that's what people don't think about. You know, when black folks had them situations where they get wrongfully accused and do all this damn time, not only did they lose a lot of time, but just imagine the fucked up shit they go through while they're doing this time. Bad enough they losing family members while they in there. On top of that, they got to fight for their life. Motherfuckers in there trying to kill them, all type of shit. You know? So it's just disgusting to me that, you know, these people could play with people's lives like that and not feel no type of way about it. But, you know, like I said, this chick right here, it ain't no surprise to me, because she didn't do anything but display how a lot of people think and how a lot of people feel with this in the same position that she's in, or was in at this point. Puzzle say I'm going through that now. I got 100 hours of community service and I'm on probation till 4/20 of next year. Yeah. It be some bullshit, man. Like, man, I done been through some I done been through some bullshit situations, man. And see, that's the thing about me. Like, if I did some shit, you know, I ain't gonna complain about it. But, you know, the lengths that they'll go and the crooked shit that they'll do, man, it's just fucked up. That's why, again, you know, people wonder why I just love being in Colombia so much. Yeah, it's beautiful women here. Yeah, shit is cheaper here than it is in America and all that type of shit. But, man, it's just a certain peace of mind and relief that I have. And, you know, I can't overstate that. I can't say it enough, man. Like, just knowing that I could go outside, I could be walking during the day, I could be walking late at night, police ride past me, I don't have to worry about them stopping me just because I'm black. I have to worry about them falsely accusing me of something and putting me in jail. You know, I just don't have them worries. In the few times, because I have been stopped by the police out here in Colombia. But, you know, first of all, once I open my mouth and start speaking English and they see I'm not from here, they really bag up off me. But even in spite of that, you know, like, show them a picture of my ID or my passport and they leave me alone. You know, like if you know, that's the extent of it. You know, they might pat you down, make sure you ain't got no weapons on you and shit like that. But all that, like, you know, holding you for hours and, you know, trying to figure out what they gonna charge you with. Like, man, I done been through so much shit, man. The police done held me on the side of the hour. This done happened to me numerous times. Just trying to figure out. Matter of fact, when I was live with y'all, I went live on Fig one time. And the motherfuckers was like holding me, they didn't have no reason to fuck with me. So they made up a reason, talking about you got a warrant in Palmdale. That shit is live from a live video I did on Instagram. This is like, what, 2021? So it was during the pandemic. But situations like that. They pulled me over, everything legit. But they want to take me to jail so bad. You know what I mean? And they made up a fake warrant in Palmdale. And they like, yeah, we're going to call Palmdale, see if they want you. Like, motherfucker, call them. They don't want me because I don't have no warrant in Palmdale. Then sure enough, they quote unquote called Palmdale, even though they probably never did because they knew for sure it wasn't never no Palmdale warrant in the first place. But these just the type of games they play though. Just because a nigga black. You know what I mean? So I don't have to worry about that shit here, man. I don't have to worry about the police holding me just so they could figure out what to charge me with, just so they could take me to jail. In Colombia, that shit don't even exist, man. You know, racial profiling from the police, man, that shit don't even exist down here, man. Not to say that the police don't do no fucked up shit, you know, that I'm sure they do. You know, I done heard about them, you know, extorting motherfuckers and trying to, you know, extort you for a little change, or, you know, people get pulled over and, you know, they might have a lot of money on them and the police will take them to jail, won't charge them with nothing, you know, just leave them in jail for like a few hours just so they could take their money. You know, I done heard about situations like that. Fortunately, that shit ain't never happened to me. I don't be just walking around with a gang of cash on me out here anyway. And why people do that shit is beyond me, especially if you're not from here. 'Cause I remember I heard a story about this dude that was in Medellin. This motherfucker was in a taxi cab and he had like, I think he had like $2,500 or $3,000 USD. Now, for those of y'all who don't understand, like in the United States, to ride around with $2,500 or $3,000, it's not nothing like, damn, it ain't like riding around with $1 million, you know what I mean? But here in Colombia, that shit just don't make no sense. Like, why are you in a taxi cab with this much money? But anyway, this motherfucker was in a cab with this money on him. Out of nowhere, the police pull their ass over, shake the motherfucker down, take his money, and send him on his way. Now, I don't know any details beyond that, but my guess is that he some type of way was being careless and revealed to this cab driver that he had a whole bunch of money, and the cab driver probably got a cousin or somebody that's a police officer and was like, man, I'm riding down Whoop-de-Whoop Street, man, come pull us over and pat this motherfucker down, man, and check his bags and shit, man. He got a whole bunch of money on him right now, man. Just give me a little cut, man. But yeah, we over here right now. We at this red light at such and such intersection. I'm already knowing that's probably what happened. He texting this shit to the officer while they riding. He probably taking long ass detours and shit. Cause this motherfucker a tourist, and you know most tourists don't know their way around town. So if the cab driver take them a longer way than they supposed to, this motherfucker ain't gonna know the difference. See, me, I'm different, man. Like, that's one thing. Any city that I go to, I learn like the basic ways around, you know, the basic parts of town, basic streets, how to get here and there. Like, I don't let cab drivers take me the long way and all that type of shit. I tell their ass, like, nah, make a left right here, make a right here. Like, you know, I learned my way around as far as where I need to go. You know what I mean? I ain't letting nobody take me far out the way and all that type of shit. But yeah, you know, that type of shit happens out here. I've heard stories. Fortunately, like I said, I ain't never had a time. But see, that's not nearly as bad as a police officer trying to gun you down because you black, or beat the dog shit out of you because you black. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't never heard them type of stories out here in Columbia. You know, police might rob a motherfucker or some shit like that, but that ain't no different than a nigga in the street robbing you. If you get caught slipping, you get caught slipping. I could deal with that type of corruption. I could deal with them odds. You know what I mean? If the police end up robbing me out here, I'll just be like, damn, I just got to tighten up. Motherfuckers robbed me, they got me. Okay, shit, I just got to tighten up. You know what I mean? That's how I look at that shit. Same way I look at it in the streets in the United States. If a mother, you know, I ain't never got robbed, like, you know, motherfucker draw down on me or run up in my shit and tie me up. I ain't never been through no shit like that. But if I was to ever get robbed like that in the United States, as a street nigga, I'll just chalk it up like, well, shit, that's shit. Oh, well, I just got to tighten up. And I look at it the same way here. If the police was to try me like that or successfully get me like that, I would just look at it the same way. But I ain't walking around with no valuables for the police to rob me for. You know, 9 times out of 10, they gonna take your money if you got some money, if it's that type of situation. But I'm not giving them action to do that with me. So yeah, but I say all of that to say, man, like, that's one of the things that I love about being out here is that I could walk around. I ain't got to worry about gangbangers tripping on me because I'm walking through the wrong neighborhood. I ain't got to worry about white folks, you know, thinking about hanging my ass because I'm in their town after dark. I ain't got to worry about police trying to unalive me or hurt me or take me to jail just because I'm black. Man, I ain't got to worry about none of that shit down here. And people don't know how priceless that shit is. How priceless. Peace of mind. I just got peace of mind here. And that shit is priceless. You can't put a price tag on peace of mind, man. My pops taught me that when I was young, man. I'll never forget. You know, my pops, I was in high school. I was like 16 years old. I was in high school, and my pops, he was going through some baby mama drama at the time, man. And then he had a nice ass IROC that he loved that car, man. Pops had a clean ass IROC, Chevy Camaro IROC, and he loved that car. But to move for me and him, he wanted me and him to go get an apartment, just us together, right? So that's what he sold his IROC, and he used the money that he got from the IROC to get us an apartment. But when we moved into the apartment, we didn't have shit. All we had was some blow-up beds, a little $50 dinette set from Target or Walmart, one of them, and a little probably like 27-inch TV or something like that, right? Other than that, we didn't have shit in the apartment. We didn't have no dishes. We didn't have no furniture. We didn't have nothing. And I remember we were sitting in there one day eating, and Pops was like, man, it ain't nothing like peace of mind. He's like, peace of mind is priceless, man. He's like, we might not have everything right now, but we got peace of mind. And that shit always stuck with me, man. That's why shit, I don't undermine or underappreciate peace of mind. And when I do got peace of mind, man, I'm holding on to it. Yeah, Sepulveda the Prince. So my brother Ed, when he be in here 6'6", I think his profile is 6'6" Ed or something like that. But my brother, he had the IROC with the T-tops. He had an 88 IROC with the T-tops. Stick shift. That motherfucker was fast as hell. My dad, when we was kids, my dad had a 91 IROC with the rag top, the white IROC with the black rag top. And his was an automatic, but that, you know, even the automatic IROCs was fast as hell too. But man, he used to keep that car clean as a motherfucker, man. He loved that car. So, and then, you know, back then I didn't really understand the sacrifice that he was making as a kid. I mean, I knew kind of to a certain extent, you know, I knew he loved that car and he sold it and shit and got us the apartment. And when we got the apartment, he went from riding the IROC, he went and bought a station wagon. You know what I mean? An old Crown Vic station wagon. I mean, not Crown Vic, Country Squire. I think that's what that shit was called. Let me see if I can find that shit, man. The same station wagon from National Lampoon's Vacation. That station wagon that they went through all kind of shit in. Hell yeah. Hey, this the car I learned how to drive in too. Pops taught all of us, all my brothers and sisters, he taught all of us how to drive in this big ass motherfucker, right? So let me do the before and after, man, just to show you what Pops went through, man. The sacrifice that he made just so we could be straight, man. That's why, I love my Pops, man. I know a lot of people either never had their father or had a bad relationship with their father or mad at their father because of something. I love my Pops. Hold on, let me see. I'm trying to find the right images, man. How you got these supposed to be IROCs and they ain't got IROC rims on them, man? Okay, this one got the rims. Hold on. Yeah, this kind of look like the one Pops had. Hold on. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Okay, so this is what Pops was riding in at first. Pops had one of these. This almost damn near exactly the one he had too. 91 IROC. You know what I mean? His was a little different though. I think the hood was a little different. And he had some I do think he had black seats, the black rag top and shit like that. But this car, man, I ain't gonna lie, I used to like being seen with Pops in this motherfucking car, man. This car, he loved this car to death, man. And He used to come pick me up from school sometimes, man. My little homeboys and shit like that, they be like, damn, that's your dad? That's your dad car? Nigga over there like, yup. Damn, that's your dad car? You know what I mean? I used to love seeing Pops pull up in this motherfucker, man. But he went from this, so like I said, you know, he was going through some baby mama drama at the time. It's a long story, you know what I mean? Child support, you know, they took his license and shit like that. He was going through all kind of little shit. And we were staying with my sister's mom. And that was another thing about Pops. He didn't like staying under nobody else's roof. He wasn't gonna do that for too long. So he ended up selling this IROC, man. And we went and got a little 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment in Long Beach. And he went from this IROC to this motherfucker right here. The wagon, man. You know what I mean? Could you imagine one day you riding like this? But see, that go to tell you, you know what I mean? That's a good Pops, man. That's a good father, man. He made sacrifices so we could be straight. But we went from riding like this to ride like this. Hey, but I ain't gonna lie, this wagon was cool, man. You know, like in the back they had some seats that folded up. You know what I mean? You could fit a whole bunch of people in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? You gotta go grocery shopping. You can fit a whole bunch of groceries in here. You know what I mean? You can fit all kind of shit in this motherfucking wagon, though, man. But yeah, this is what I learned how to drive in, though. You know what I mean? He taught me, my brothers, my sisters. I think damn near all of us learned how to, except for my baby sister. She by the time she started driving, this motherfucker was long gone. But for my brothers and sisters who was like, you know, teenagers at the time, yeah, we all learned how to drive in this motherfucker right here, man. And then I don't know how he found that shit, but so I don't know where he got these wagons from. I don't think I ever asked him neither, but so he had bought this wagon for himself, right? And then my brother, when my brother turned 17, I think. Yeah, I think my brother had turned 17. He got my brother a wagon almost identical to this motherfucker. Only difference was, except for the white paint, it had like a tan color paint. But it was the same exact motherfucking. He went and brought my brother. It was his birthday. I think it was like his 17th birthday or something like that. He went and bought my brother the same exact motherfucking wagon. Only difference is it was like a tan color. But yeah. So that's why Freeze is such an excellent ass driver, because it's like, if you could drive this motherfucker, you could drive anything. You know what I mean? And I learned how to drive in this motherfucker right here. So if you could drive this shit right here, man, you could drive any motherfucking thing. But you know, that just go to show you how big peace of mind was to my father, because he was riding like this, but he didn't have peace of mind. He was dealing with a bunch of drama, chaos, all type of shit. You know what I mean? But he sold this motherfucker, and we end up riding like this, but he had peace of mind, though. You know what I mean? So it was all good. You know, we had peace of mind. But yeah, that's the good old days, man. The good old days. But I say all that to say, you know, that's why I value peace of mind so much. And I you know, down here, man, I ain't got to worry about the police fucking with me, man, ever. You know, and it's not to say that I just don't like the United States, or I ain't gonna never live in the United States again. I ain't saying all that shit. I'm just saying, like, I just love the peace of mind of being here. Because the police ain't here to, like, terrorize you. And that's how I feel about the United States, man, as far as black folks, man, for the most part. Not, again, I know every single police officer ain't like that, but the majority of the motherfuckers, I said good 90% of them, they just there to terrorize us, man. That's it. The crib most likely says the sacrifice was real. The IROC very, very popular back in the day. Everyone had a battle lack wagon. For real, man. Yeah. Hey, certain wagons was fly though. Like my cousin Jossie, right? I got a cousin Jossie. He used to be on Pimp My Ride. And he had let me see if I can find like a picture of the wagon that he had. My cousin had a clean ass wagon, man. Trying to find the right this one don't even really serve justice. I mean, this one is clean too. Hold on. Come on, man. Picture kind of blurry too. But this ain't exactly what he had, but this will just give you an idea. But yeah, my cousin, man, he used to have a wagon. Now this is a Chevy Malibu wagon, 1978. And his was white. Just picture a white one of these with some 22-inch IROCs on there. Man, that motherfucker was clean as hell. And he had beat in that motherfucker too. Man, that wagon was clean as a motherfucker. That's a wagon that I'll ride for sure. Or like one of them old school Impala wagons. Like a 63 Impala wagon. Hold on. Or any of them 60 wagons, like from 62 on up. 62 is my favorite Impala year anyway. I'll definitely ride one of these. This motherfucker right here. Come on, slow ass computer. Yeah, this motherfucker right here. That 62 wagon. For sure. Definitely a ride this motherfucker right here. Yeah, I for sure ride that motherfucker right there. With the skirts on it too? Hell yeah. Yeah, I'll ride this motherfucker with no tent. Fishbowl, just like that. Yeah, there's some wagons out there that was fly now. You know what I mean? All of them didn't just look like, the soccer mom, wasn't fly, family wagon, you know what I mean? You had some station wagons back in the day that was fly. This is one of them. Right, the Caprice wagons. I forgot about them too. Yeah, but the box Chevy wagon. Yep. I like that Malibu though better. Like the one my cousin had. Wait, where's it at? This Malibu wagon. I think I like these a little better than the Caprice wagon. Caprice wagon was cool too, but I like these Malibu wagons though. These motherfuckers was cool. I remember it was an OG cat named Will. I don't know if I ever showed y'all my Impala. Let me show y'all my or you know, those of y'all that follow my Instagram, y'all done seen my Impala, my glass house that I had back in the day. Hold on. Got me talking about cars and shit now. Show y'all the mean green. Where's the mean green? Should take it forever to load. God damn, this shit's slow. Okay, oh, here we go. The mean green, boy. I used to love this motherfucking car. This is my baby right here, man. Look at my baby, boy. That's my baby right there. I used to love this motherfucking car. Hey, this car was known all over LA motherfucking county, not just in Long Beach. This car was known all over LA County, man. I remember being in the county jail and showing niggas from South Central pictures of this motherfucker, and they be like, yeah, I used to see that motherfucker in Lamert Park. I used to see that motherfucker at the Slauson. I used to see that motherfucker whoop-de-whoop. I was everywhere in this motherfucking car. Everybody knew this car. This is my baby right here, though, man. 1974 Chevy Impala, glass house with the 20-inch Daytons. You can't really see them good, but like right here, I had the 2¼ inch pipe Flowmasters. I tried to put 2½ inch pipes, but they was too big. They couldn't fit the 2½ inch pipes, but they put the 2¼ inch pipes back there, the dual exhaust Flowmasters. Man, and I had beat in the back. I had some 12. What did I have? I had some 12s back there, but I'm trying to remember what 12s I had. Damn, I can't remember which 12s I had. But yeah, this was my baby right here. I had a 76 Impala as well, but that motherfucker got snatched from me. The police impounded that motherfucker. I didn't even get a chance to that 76 Impala that I had, I didn't even get a chance to, like, you know, build it up and paint it and do all the shit. It had a brand new motor in that motherfucker too. It was kind of raggedy looking, like the paint was fucked up and all that shit. That motherfucker had, and the interior was fucked up too. But that motherfucker had a brand new motor in that motherfucker, man. And the police took that motherfucker from me because I had a suspended license with they punk ass. But this one right here though, this was my baby. They knew knew me all over for this motherfucker right here. But yeah. One of these days, man, I'm gonna end up getting another one of these motherfuckers and building that shit up, man. I ain't had an old school in so long. But this was my baby right here though. Avocado green. With the avocado green interior on that motherfucker, man. Boy, I used to hit Hollywood with this motherfucker. That was before I was even in the game, man. I was like 20 years old, man. Used to hit, man, Sunset, boy. Sunset used to be so popping back then, man. Hey, and it's funny, right? So, and I got this motherfucker pretty much from the original owner. This motherfucker only had like now mind you, this is a 74 Impala. I bought this motherfucker in 2002. So this shit was almost a 20-year-old, or no, almost a 30-year-old car. What's that, like 28 years old? This motherfucker was almost a 30-year-old car when I bought it. And it had like, man, I want to say that motherfucker had like 35,000 original miles on it, something like that. This motherfucker had super low miles because I got it from, so it was an old white lady that was the original owner of this motherfucker. I bought it in San Gabriel, California. It was an old white lady that owned this car. She ended up going to a retirement home and gave it to her neighbor, which is like a white guy in his 30s, you know, married, had a family and shit like that. But he never drove this motherfucker. He would only start it up every once in a while and, you know, drive it around the block, you know, just to make sure everything was up on the up and up with it. So you pretty much say I got it from the original owner. And man, I only paid $3,000 for this motherfucker, man. That motherfucker was so clean. Paid $3 for that motherfucker. You know, did my little shit to it. But it was fun. So before I put the 20s on there, I had some 14x7s on this motherfucker at first. I don't think I ever took no pictures with the 14x7s. But I had the 14x7s on here. And I used to ride down Willow Street in Long Beach on the east side, right? And it was this Samoan cat from the west side. And he had a clean ass Fleetwood Brougham. That motherfucker almost made me go cut my shit, man. He almost made me go put switches on my shit because I never really wanted to put switches on my shit like that. But that motherfucker almost made me put switches on my shit because whenever we'll see each other on Willow, because you know you take Willow, for those of y'all who ain't familiar with Long Beach, you know Willow Street goes from the east side to the west side, so you could take Willow to get from the east side to the west side. So that's why I would always see him on Willow. And whenever I used to see that motherfucker, he'd make sure to hit his switches on me. You know how gangbangers bang on each other and shit like that? This Samoan cat, and I never knew his name. I just knew he was from the west side because every time I see him, he either be coming to or going from the west side. But man, that motherfucker used to always hit his switches on me, man. That shit used to make me mad. I'll be at the 7-Eleven on Willow and Pacific or at the Arco getting some gas. This motherfucker hitting his switches on me and shit like that. That motherfucker used to hit me up every time. And I used to be in my head like, man, I'm going to get some switches put on my shit. And I'm going to fuck his ass up. But, man, I wish I knew that cat's name. Shout out to him, though. But yeah, like I said, I had the 14x7s on there. Then I ended up putting the 20s on there. And see, this is in the early 2000s. Like, this like 2003. See, now it's a lot of motherfuckers in California that ride like that with the big rims and shit, you know, but back then it wasn't really too many people. That was still like a Florida thing or just down south period, but especially Florida. It wasn't really too many people on the West Coast that was riding like that in the early 2000s. You know what I mean? So that's another thing that made this car like kind of unique, made it so memorable. The color and the wheels, you know what I mean? Especially the color though, because you see that bright green motherfucker. But that's what I was getting at. It was an OG cat named Will from Insane. I used to see him on the east side because I used to be on 11th and Raymond all the time. And the OG cat Will, which me and him ended up being in the penitentiary together later on. But I used to see him with he had a clean ass. It was either a 77 or 78 Malibu. And he has some big wheels on his shit too. And his shit was the same, damn near the same color as mine, only his was a Malibu. But he had a clean ass, green Malibu, man. That motherfucker was clean as hell. Shout out to OG Will from Insane from 16th Street. But yeah, he used to have a clean ass Malibu. Talking about the Malibus made me think about that shit. But that was my baby right there, man. This motherfucker right there. Hold on, let me move myself out the way so y'all can really see that motherfucker, man. Hold on. Look at that motherfucker, man. Boy, that motherfucker was so clean. I used to make people mad because I stayed setting off car alarms with that motherfucker with them Flowmasters in that beat. Get the revving that motherfucking engine. Flowmasters get the rumbling. Then I got that beat on top of that shit. You know what I mean? Man, I remember all the CDs. So for you youngsters, right? For you babies in the house, man, who don't remember them times. See, back in the days, us older people, we used to have this shit called CDs, which CD stand for compact disc, right? We didn't have these phones and shit, you know what I mean, with where you can have millions of songs on this little motherfucker right here. We didn't have all of that. You know what I mean? I think iPods had just came out, but they wasn't really popular back then. Or they might not even came out yet. But anyway, we had CDs, compact discs, right? And, what we would do, we would put these things in the trunk of our car called a CD changer. And what the CD changer did, you could put, like me, I had a 10-disc CD changer in there, in this car right here. So I could put 10 CDs in that CD changer in my trunk, right? Follow me. The CD changer in the trunk would be connected to the stereo system in the dashboard. And you could change the CDs. You could put it on disc 1, disc 8, disc 3, whatever. You know what I mean? And that's how you played your music. But see, we appreciated music so much more back then as opposed to now because, first of all, you had to go through a lot more to get your music. See, nowadays, somebody drops a song, it's on your phone instantly. Back then, we had to go to Sam Goody. These are music stores. I know y'all probably ain't never seen a music store before, like a brick and mortar store where they sell music. But back then, that's what we used to have. We used to have to go to Tower Records, Warehouse Music, Sam Goody, places like that. Or the swap meet. You know what I mean? The swap meet used to have music too. So we'll go places like that, get our CDs. We had to go out of our way. We had to either drive there, catch the bus, train, bicycle, whatever. You know what I mean? Go to these places, buy CDs, and then put them in the CD changer. And you only got them 10 different albums or 10 different CDs to choose from as far as what you're listening to. You know what I mean? Now, me back then, this like 2002, 2003, right? This little chick I was messing with back then, I'll never forget. One time I go pick her up, we riding, hanging out, shit like that. She fucked up. Because she never should have did this because she wasn't never getting these motherfuckers back. But she left Twister, Adrenaline Rush in my car. And she left DMX, It's Dark and Hell is Hot in my car. She wasn't never getting them back. Them was mine now. You know what I mean? But especially that Twister Adrenaline Rush. Oh man, she really fucked up with that one. But the DMX too, though, you know what I mean? Even though I had already been listening to that It's Dark and Hell is Hot, I was just glad to have my own copy because I had never bought it. My brother had that shit. But when she left that Twister, Adrenaline Rush, oh, she fucked up. That's in my CD changer forever now, you know what I mean? Or at least I thought it was going to be forever till the police came, took me to jail. That's a whole different story. But anyway, yeah, so I was bumping back during this time. I know all the shit I was listening to, man. I was listening to Adrenaline Rush by Twista. DMX is Dark as Hell and Hell is Hot. College Dropout, Kanye West. Motherfucking Get Rich or Die Trying. That was the main shit I was listening to. Like Many Men was my anthem because you gotta understand all the shit that I had been going through at that time. I had got shot a couple years before that. Me and Smooth got jumped and pistol whipped and stomped out in Ohio right before this. So, I had just been through a gang of shit, going in and out of jail and shit like that. So, man, I had this motherfucker, I'll hop in there and play that motherfucking Mini, man. Man, you gotta have beat to know what I'm talking about, man. For those of y'all that had beat in the early 2000s, man, you play that motherfucking Mini, man, that motherfucking bass line come on, like, man, that shit, I used to have that motherfucker subbing. Yeah, Dr. Dre 2001, I was fucking with that too. What else? Mobb Deep, Murder Music, Prodigy, H&IC, Head Nigga in Charge. I was bumping that shit. What else was I bumping at that time, man? Man, what else was I listening to, man? That's the main shit. What I just named off, that's the main shit I was listening to. But I know I had some other shit that I was listening to too. I just can't remember right now. We talking 25 years ago, damn near. You know what I mean? But yeah, Beg for Mercy. By the time that shit came out, I was on the yard somewhere. I was in the penitentiary. No, I was in the county when Beg for Mercy came out. Oh, The Blueprint. Of course, I'm tripping. The Blueprint, Jay-Z. I was bumping that heavily. Dun, 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 dun. Turn my music high, 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 high. Yer. Man, that shit stayed in the heavy rotation in this motherfucking car right here, boy. What else was I listening to, man? What else was I listening to back then, man? I'm trying to remember. It's a long time ago, man. Oh, Joe Budden. Joe Budden's first album, which is called Joe Budden. I kept that motherfucker in heavy rotation, man. People, that's an underrated ass album, man. That motherfucker got heavy rotation in this car. Joe Budden's first album. See, a lot of y'all, especially you youngsters, man, y'all just know Joe Budden as a podcaster and that's it, man. Joe Budden got bars. You talking about a motherfucker with bars? That's Joe Budden. And his first album, and then not just his first album, but his mixtape Joe Budden. See, that's what a lot of motherfuckers don't even remember. You know what I mean? Mixtape Joe Budden, off the chain. Yeah, The Gift and the Curse, I was bumping that in there too, but I was bumping the first Blueprint heavy as a motherfucker. Yeah, that Wu-Tang, Can It All Be So Simple bass line was sick in the trunk. Oh, another Scarface Greatest Hits. I stayed playing that motherfucker in here too. That Scarface Greatest Hits album. And it was funny because I remember, I'll never forget, I was in this car, right? I was over there by the Beverly Center on La Cienega and I think I was at La Cienega and San Vicente. I don't know if that's San Vicente. I don't think San Vicente go by. Anyway, I was at an intersection on La Cienega. I was like right across the street from motherfucking the Beverly Center, right? And it was an old black man, you know, with a sign and shit trying to, you know, panhandle and shit like that, right? And I had the beat up loud as a motherfucker. And he was saying something to me. I couldn't hear him, so I turned the beat down. I'm sitting at the red light. I turned the beat down. And he was saying something to me. I couldn't hear him, so I turned the beat down. He was like, I want to hear Tupac. And I was like, damn, OG, I ain't got no Tupac in here right now, man. And then he it's like he didn't even hear what I said. He was like, I want to hear Smile. And that's out of all them 10 CDs that was in my CD changer, that's the only Tupac song that I had because it was on Scarface Greatest Hits, was Smile. And I was like, damn, what's the odds of that shit? OG talking about he want to hear Tupac. And I was like, man, OG, I ain't got no Tupac in here. He was like, man, I want to hear Smile. Like, he didn't give a fuck what I said about not having no Tupac. He was like, let me hear Smile. That's the only Tupac song I had in my car at that time. So I held up traffic and everything because you know, I didn't have it on that CD. I had to change CDs. You know, that shit take a little second. I held traffic up and everything just to play that shit for OG. You know what? It probably was, Sepulveda. It probably was La Cienega and Beverly. Like I said, man, I used to be all over everywhere. Joe Budden weak as hell. Man, you tripping. Prince Cashmere. I was bumping J.R. Ryder like a motherfucker at that time. That's what I forgot to mention too. A little bit of the rest of the Dipset, but at that time, I was fucking with J.R. Ryder. J.R. Ryder was hard as a motherfucker. He was on the mixtapes. Man, J.R. Ryder was killing shit. I was bumping J.R. Ryder heavy as a motherfucker at that time, for sure. What else? I can't remember. But Justin Harris talking about Joe Budden weak as hell. Boy, you tripping. Joe Budden had bars back then. But yeah, man. That's the good old days, man. Right, Andre Brown, Twister Adrenaline Rush is a masterpiece. It for surely is, man. Like I said, the homegirl left that motherfucker in my car, and she never got that motherfucker back. And then I'll talk to her, she'd be like, man, you got my Adrenaline Rush and my DMX CD? I'd be like, man, I left that shit at the crib, man. I'll give it to you next time. Man, she never got the motherfuckers back. That shit was mine forever. She never got them CDs back. Right, like Southwesternism. See, you know what you're talking about. Joe Budden was talking that real life shit back then. Man, this nigga had a song called 10 Minutes, and the song was exactly 10 minutes long. And boy, man, that nigga was talking that shit on that song, man. If you ever got a minute, man, go listen to Joe Budden 10 Minutes. That motherfucking song is so hard. Whoever that was, who was that said Joe Budden weak as hell? Justin Harris, go listen to 10 Minutes by Joe Budden. You will definitely recant your statement after you hear that song. But yeah, Joe Budden was hard. Really, his whole first album was hard. Def Jam just didn't do the right shit with Joe Budden. Hey, you really don't like Joe Budden? Huh? He said 10 minutes of saying nothing. Oh, shit, that was funny as hell. I can't lie. But nah, Joe Budden was hard. But I'm going to do it, though. Yeah, go listen to that song, man. Listen to Joe Budden 10 Minutes. Anybody who don't like Joe Budden as a rapper, listen to that song. You will definitely change your mind. Really, his whole first album is hard as a motherfucker, and then all of his mixtape shit before that, like before he put out his first album, when he was just dropping mixtape shit, especially like the shit he was dropping with Fabulous and Fabulous brother Paul Kane. Man, Joe Budden was hard as a motherfucker. Another nigga who was hard that I was listening to back then, and I don't know what happened to that nigga. It was a nigga named B.A. Nanas, like bananas. There's a nigga named B.A. Nanas from, I want to say he was from Brooklyn. I'm not for sure. But he was from New York, though. I think he was from Brooklyn, but a cat named B.A. Nanas. In the early 2000s, he was killing the mixtape scene, too. It was a lot of hard people back then, man, that motherfuckers done forgot about. You know who had some cool mixtape shit back in the day too was Poster Boy. Rest in peace to Poster Boy, man. Poster Boy, a lot of y'all probably might remember him from 106 in Park. He was like winning the Freestyle Fridays for a long time. But yeah, Poster Boy had some dope mixtape shit too. Poster Boy was hard. Red Cafe was hard too. Damn. Yeah, I wonder what happened to Red Cafe. I don't know. Last time I seen Red Cafe was when he played the nigga that Biggie served in the battle on the Notorious movie. That's the last thing I remember from Red Cafe. But yeah, Red Cafe was dope too. Southwesternism say, man, I swear I just seen his name the other day on some shit. Ray Gunn, good looking with the $5 holla. Freeze got me reminiscing about my 01 Monte Carlo on 21s with the 12-inch speakers and the Alpines and Dash DVD player with 250 plus CD case books. Oh man, see, I ain't even talk about that. The CD case books, man. Somebody left a CD case book in my car too. Who was that, man? Nah, you know who had a cold CD case book though? Speaking of CD case books, T-Mac. Which y'all done heard me and Sinful talk about T-Mac a whole bunch of times. I got a video on here dedicated to T-Mac. But yeah, T-Mac used to have a cold selection with CDs, man. He had a dope-ass CD collection, man. For real. T-Mac had some shit. Oh, Skinner 90210 say Cafe still active. Red Cafe was cutting the cake with Remy Ma last year. I was like, dang homie, been MIA for a while. Yeah, a lot of them cats do still be active though, man. A lot of cats that people ain't heard from in a while. They just independent now. You know what I mean? Xerxes, I think that's how you say your name. Xerxes 7220 say I still got a book. That's what's up, man. I wish I still had all my old CDs, man. I sure wish I did. I used to have some shit. You know what used to be a good place to find old CDs too until they shut that motherfucker down? Fry's Electronics. Man, Fry's Electronics, man. I used to go in there sometimes and find some CDs that you can't find nowhere. Because what it would be is like people would sell their CDs to Fry's. And then Fry's will resell them. You know what I mean? Like if you had old CDs, you could take them to Fry's Electronics and they'll give you some money for them CDs and then they'll resell them. So man, I used to find all kind of dope ass CDs at Fry's Electronics. I remember I found I can't remember the name of that motherfucking album, but I found a Trader Truth album one time at Fry's Electronics that was hard as a motherfucker, man. Damn. Fuck was the name of that album, man? I can't even remember. But right, One Heavy Crown, you know what I'm talking about. He said facts, Fry's had hella shit. Fry's used to have shit that you couldn't find nowhere else, man. CDs that like you couldn't just go to the store and find, like kind of like underground, kind of like CDs, man. Fry's used to have some shit. Can't forget them R&B hits though. Oh man, oh yeah, I didn't even talk about the R&B I was bumping back then. Of course, y'all already know without even question, man. And I used to debate my bro. Sinful used to always try to argue me down about which album was better between Carl Thomas, Carl Thomas, Emotional, and Donnell Jones, Where I Want to Be. you know, I love both albums, but you know, I was more of a Where I Want to Be fan. So I stayed bumping Where I Want to Be. That Genuine 100% album, 100% Genuine, that motherfucker right there was so hard. Stayed bumping that shit. I can't remember the name of that album, but that Silk album that came out in like 2000, 2001, 99, somewhere up in there. Whatever the name of that Silk album was, stayed bumping that shit. Aaliyah, stayed bumping Aaliyah. What else some good at? Oh, Jaheim. Jaheim, and this motherfucking Chevy right here, Jaheim, Ghetto Love, boy. Man, that bring back memories, boy. I used to have some fun to that Jaheim, boy. I'd have had a lot of fun to that Ghetto Love, man, for real. That Ghetto Love album, that was my shit. Man. Yep, Jaheim. What else? I'm trying to remember the albums that was like, oh, Music Soul Child. Stay bumping that shit. I Just Want to Sing, his first album. Stay bumping Music Soul Child. Jill Scott. Yep. Who else? Who else was I bumping R&B wise back then? Oh yeah, anything, Joe. Oh, R. Kelly TP2. I stayed bumping that shit. See, R. Kelly TP2, that was my Target days. I told y'all the only square job I ever had was Target. And I was working at Target when TP2 came out. So needless to say, I bought that motherfucker the day it came out. And TP2 was hard as a motherfucker. I stayed bumping that shit. Anything Jodeci for sure. Anything Jodeci. Don't forget the DJ mixtapes. Doo Wop, DJ Green Lantern, Craig G, yep. DJ Drama, DJ Clue, Desert Storm, yep. DJ Ill Will, DJ Ski. Yeah, yeah, man. See, man, the 2000s was just a time to be alive, man. Like, it was so many dope-ass DJs and so many dope-ass mixtapes, like. And see, I went to New York in 2002. And that's when I got hit. See, like, I went to New York at the perfect time, like towards the end of 2002, like, because that's when the mixtape shit was like really, like, it was in a good place, man. Like, Dipset was killing it, G Unit was killing it. Like I said, Joe Budden was killing it doing this shit. All the Rockefeller niggas was putting out some dope ass mixtapes. Like, yeah. 2002 was a good ass year for mixtapes, man. And I was, like I said, I was in New York at the time. I was hearing all kind of shit that we wasn't hearing on the West Coast. Yep. Trapaholics, oh yeah. Everybody used to have they little tags. Damn, son, where'd you find this? Man, that was some good old days, man. The 2000s, man. Yeah, Messy Marv was on fire, too. For sure, for sure. Messy Marv was killing shit. But yeah, that's the good old days, man. You people that was born around that time, that's too young to remember, y'all really missed out, man. We man, music wise, we had a lot of shit going on, man. Definitely was. Summer Jam was definitely lit in 2002. What Summer Jam did I go to? Was it 2002 or 2001? 2001. I went to Summer Jam in 2001. I didn't go in 2002. Cause damn, I don't know what I was doing in 2002. I think I was moving around. I don't think I was in California for the summer of 2002. But Summer Jam 2001, I know for sure I was at that one because that's when my leg was fucked up. Cause I got shot in February of 2001 and my leg was still fucked up in the summer of 2001. I couldn't bend my leg. My leg was stuck straight and I was limping around and shit like that. But I went to Summer Jam and I still was fly. I had me a fly ass Aniche outfit on. You know what I mean? That's when the Aniche was popping. My whole wardrobe was Aniche back then. Everything Aniche put out, I was copping that shit. Me and my niggas, we all had our own brands that we was like dedicated to. I was dedicated to Aniche. Smooth was dedicated to Fat Farm. Stacy was dedicated to Nautica. But out of all of us, like Stacy, he had more Nautica than we had anything. Like Stacy had everything Nautica. And then, like I said, Smooth had, you know, Fat Farm, and then I was wearing a Nietzsche. But yeah, I went to Summer Jam that year for sure, 2001. That was the year when everybody was beefing with Cisco. The nigga KC from Jodeci, he was dissing Cisco at that time. R. Kelly was dissing Cisco. I think Usher was dissing him. Everybody was dissing Cisco at that time, because I think Cisco had made a statement saying he was like the king of R&B, or he was the best outer, something to that effect. Like Cisco basically made a statement like can't nobody fuck with him. So everybody started coming for his head after that. But R. Kelly was dissing the fuck out of Cisco. But R. Kelly wasn't at Summer Jam that year. But that Summer Jam 2001, that was a dope ass Summer Jam. The Alcoholics, man, they tore that motherfucker up. Alcoholics killed it. EPMD killed it. You know what I mean? EPMD don't get enough credit for their stage performance, and the Alcoholics, but both of them killed it. The Isley Brothers was there, they killed it. Casey and JoJo and Dave Hollister, they was there, and Steve Harvey hosted the shit. Who else was at that motherfucker? Sunshine Anderson, she was there. Usher did a backflip on stage, and his chain went into the audience, but fortunately he was able to get it back. Damn, who else was there, man? Yeah, 2001 was a good ass Summer Jam. But out of everybody, my favorites was, as far as performance wise, the Alcoholics, EPMD, and the Isley Brothers. They killed it. But everybody, you know, did their thing. Yep, the good old days. I was in the county headed to the pen in 2002, and the homies came in talking about it. Yep. I used to hate that shit, man. You be in the county, man, and niggas come in talking about some shit that you missed out on, man. I used to hate that shit. I remember them days, though. I was on that LRG Tough, then it was Sean John. Yup. Hell yeah. My pops used to deliver to the dudes that own LRG, because my pops is a mailman. And back in them days when LRG was still, you know, doing their thing, my pops, he used to deliver to them dudes. He used to deliver mail to them. Even the radio was cracking in the early 2000s. Now, Prince Cashmere, see, I don't know where you from or where you was at in the early 2000s, but see, the early 2000s is when I start going like cross country, like 2001, 2002. That's when I was, even though this before I was in the game, I was hustling back then, but that's when I start going to different parts of the country. And that's when I learned that LA, we had the weakest motherfucking radio. LA had the most sorriest radio, man. Our radio, man. Now probably in the 80s and 90s we had decent radio maybe, but man, in the early 2000s, LA radio was trash. Cause like when I went to Ohio, when I went to New York, then even when I went to the like and heard radio stations in Northern Cali, like man, LA radio was trash, man. Cause like what I liked about all them other places like New York, they'll play like underground New York artists, local artists. Ohio do the same shit. Detroit do the same shit. That's how I found out about Eastside Cheddar Boys. when I was in Detroit in like 2001, 2002. You know what I mean? They playing Eastside Cheddar Boys on the radio. I'm like, man, we don't never hear no shit like this on the West Coast, man. You know what I mean? And Blade Icewood, rest in peace. But yeah, man, LA radio was trash. Like we had some dope ass local artists didn't have a chance on radio in LA back then. You know what I mean? Right, like Spo the Prince say, our shit was trash compared to other cities back then. Shit, even now. And see, I didn't realize it's Spo the Prince until I started traveling and going to other cities and realizing how much better they radio was. You know what I mean? Even the DJs in the clubs was better shit, man. Like, I don't know, I can't lie though. I like New York in the early 2000s, man. I don't know what New York is like now as far as they club scene and shit like that. But the club scene in New York in the early 2000s, that shit was lit. That shit was lit, man. I'll never forget. And like, just it's just like the culture in New York, man. It's just different. Like, I'll never forget. I was in the club, right, in New York, in Manhattan. And it was this fine-ass chocolate bitch. She had like the little Halle Berry hairdo, chocolate, you know, had the little slim. This bitch was fine as a motherfucker. And this is just what I appreciate about New York that like just other places didn't have, like this type as far as the culture, right? That the DJ played that Tupac and Biggie where they was performing on stage together. Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? And then Biggie come in. I got 7 Mac 11s, about 8 38s, 99s, 10 Mac 10s. The shit's never ends. You can't touch my bitches. Or you can't touch my riches. Even if you had MC Hammer in them 357 bitches. That shit came on. And I was rapping the shit because, you know, I'm a hip hop fan, so I know that shit. Man, this fine ass bitch knew all the words to that shit. And I was just like, damn. Like, she don't even look like she listened to that type of shit. She looked like type listen to the radio shit. But I was just tripping off of the fact that she knew all the words, and then me and her was singing along and shit like that. You know, New York is just like real cool like that back in the early 2000s, man. Like the richness of the hip hop culture at that time was just like, it was thick. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was the good old days, man. Matter of fact, I was in New York when Jam Master Jay got killed. Because he got killed like a day or two after my birthday. Because my birthday is October 28th. He got killed like Halloween weekend, you know what I mean? So when we went out, me and the people I was fucking with at that time, we went club hopping that weekend, man. Every single club we went to was playing nothing but Run DMC and doing Jam Master Jay tributes, man. Like every club we went to. But yeah, like I said, I don't know about now, but them early 2000s, like 2002, 2003, that New York, that Manhattan club scene, man, that shit was lit. That shit was lit. That was the good old days, man. Halloween night, I think. Now, supposedly he didn't get killed exactly on Halloween. He got killed like a day or two before Halloween. Because I remember Halloween night is when everybody was doing the tributes. You know what I mean? Like it was the night of Halloween. We was out, me and the peoples I was with, we was club hopping and shit. And every club we went to, you wasn't going to hear, that night, you wasn't going to hear nothing but Run DMC. That's it. Right, New York was playing underground and mixtapes. They went off what Public said, not the radio. For real, you know what I mean? Like that's what I like. New York, man, in the early 2000s, like I said, I think everybody's radio was better than L.A., but New York, they had some of the best radio that I heard back then. They was playing shit that like we wouldn't even think of. You know what I mean? Oh, Alpo is who I'm thinking about. Yeah, supposedly. I think you're right. I think Alpo did get killed on Halloween night. I forgot about that. But yeah, I think he did die like on Halloween night. And speaking of Alpo, I was in New York when Paid in Full came out on bootleg. You know what I mean? I had Paid in Full on bootleg. I was staying in Harlem at the time. And it was a little bootleg dude on the corner on 145th and Broadway. Man, that motherfucker used to have everything. I had got How High on bootleg from him and Paid in Full. I can't remember what other movies, but man, I must have watched Paid in Full 1,000 times back then. But yep, that's the good old days, man. I think the problem with LA music is that too much politics in place for rappers to blow up. Yeah, and then, LA is like where Hollywood is at, man. So it's like, it got the Hollywood stronghold and shit like that. So that might have had a lot to do with it too, man. But that's one thing I noticed back then. Everywhere played they local artists. Like when you went to New York, you would hear local artists on the radio. When you went to Ohio, you would hear local artists on the radio. When you went to Detroit, local artists on the radio. Anywhere from like Fresno on up, like Bakersfield, Fresno, Stockton, Sacramento, the Bay, like they was playing local artists. And LA ain't never been like, well, I can't say never, but in the 2000s, LA wasn't like that. LA was not showing no local artists no love, and we had a lot of dope ass local artists in the early 2000s. The only time that they would show a little bit of local artist love is I can't remember if it was The Beat or Power 106. Probably was Power 106. But one of them, it was either The Beat or Power 106, but one of them used to have it was a certain day of the week. I can't remember if it was Fridays or something, but they would do like a Bump It or Dump It where they'll play two different local artists. And then people will call in and, vote for the different artists and shit like that. But they'll just play their song just that one time and then that's it. You know what I mean? And then if they win, they'll put that song up against somebody else the following week and so on and so forth. But they wasn't like having them in heavy rotation like that. They like LA just played what's popular. LA was just playing like top 40 shit. You know what I mean? So, yeah, LA, they ain't never really for real showed local artists love like that. The Bay KMEL radio, yeah, for real. Like, boy, them bootleg CDs and DVDs, man, it was the shit. Hey, for real, man. Yeah, for real, the bootleg DVDs and CDs was the shit. Especially in New York back then. But, yeah, man, we've been live for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing on up. Shit, I damn near ran out of love. I still got a little swig left. You know what I mean? Hold up. Come on, man. Damn, I forgot that I had the Instagram family live with me, man. My bad, I forgot all about y'all. I ain't even been tending to y'all. But like I said, man, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing on up. As always, I appreciate y'all for tuning in and tapping in with a pimp. I appreciate you for sharing this video. I appreciate you for subscribing and hitting the bell when you subscribe. I appreciate all the comments, questions, input, jokes, feedback, all that good stuff. I appreciate all the super chats, the cash apps, the PayPals. I appreciate your support in every which way that you comes with it, man. Y'all already know who it is and what it is. Freeze is it. If you out in traffic moving around, please do so in a safe fashion. And of course, as always, long live the incomparable Sinful to P. We out.